Hello, it's Kevin Kenny. Welcome to the Build Series live here in New York City. We're about to be joined on stage by one of the most intriguing figures in all of music, and her new EP, Choke, is due out everywhere June 28th. Please let's give a warm Build welcome to Poppy. Welcome to Build, Poppy.
Thank you.
This is your first time at Build.
Yes.
Guys, welcome her. This is great. First time in the Build Studios. You brought your friends. You always appreciate when that happens on the show.
Yeah, there's so many.
What do you make of our little humble abode here on 4th and Broadway?
I think it's very beautiful and friendly.
Yeah? You approve of the plants?
I do. I like all of them.
Nice. Now this must be a far cry from where you grew up. You grew up on the internet. You're from the internet.
Yes.
What's it like growing up on the internet?
Well, there's really a lot of media to consume, and it gets a little bit scary at times, but it's nice for the most part.
Nice. I heard you say something interesting recently where you feel like maybe we could benefit from being on the internet less or having less internet in our lives, but then here you are. You're from the internet. You've benefited so much from the internet. How do you reason that?
Well, I think you need to sort through a lot of things that you ingest from the internet, and it can be overwhelming at times, but it can be nice too.
Right. What gets you overwhelmed nowadays?
The news.
The news. What about the news in general? Just everything about the news?
Yeah, it's usually bad.
Right. What does Poppy do when you get overwhelmed?
I shut it off.
You shut yourself off, or
The news off.
you shut the news off? Now I heard that they are in control of shutting you off.
Mm-hmm.
So is that like an everyday thing? They shut you off and turn you on?
At night.
That's cool. Like whenever the day is over.
Mm-hmm. And in the morning, I wake up.
Right on. You said recently in an interview that you don't necessarily need to understand Poppy to understand the music. And a lot of artists, they make music to be understood. So why do you make music?
To be understood.
Okay. So what's the difference between Poppy and the music, in your opinion?
I don't think there is a difference anymore.
Oh, but there was at one time.
Yes.
What would that difference have been?
Well, when I was making pop music, it was harder. But now, after my song X, I think it's easier to make music.
Because it's truer to who you are?
Yes.
Well, I wanted to ask you, that's actually a great segue, Poppy. What in your life is sort of leading to this interest in heavier music?
I like heavier things.
Okay. Like objects?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Why is that?
Suitcases.
Suitcases, yeah. We're going to get a Poppy luggage line maybe at some point?
I hope so.
That'd be cool, right? Why do you like heavier things, though, just in general?
Well, I like heavier music because you can hide meaning within it.
Okay. Can you give us a little insight into some meaning hidden behind the new heavier stuff?
Yeah. If you reverse some things, you can find some information.
Oh, really? All right. It's like a dark side of the moon kind of thing.
Maybe a little bit.
So this term nu metal keeps coming up with you. You're like the face of nu metal in 2019.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Is this music you grew up enjoying?
I've always enjoyed it.
Right.
But recently, it's just become easier to express.
Yeah. What enables it to be easier these days?
I just love it.
Yeah. What's your earliest memory, Poppy?
Probably Poppy eating cotton candy.
Okay. That's like your favorite, I heard.
Mm-hmm.
Still to this day?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Have you had any while you're here in New York?
No, can you tell me a place to find some?
I don't. Do you guys know a good yeah? Across the street, Coney Island? Yeah, maybe. I don't know if they have stores like that in New York. So you said you make music to express yourself, to be understood. Is there also a message to your music?
Of course, but I can't tell you what it is.
No, why can't you tell us what it is?
Because if you have a different meaning or message when you hear it, I don't want to change that.
Right. How's the cult going?
It's wonderful. They're here.
Yeah, I saw some. We have I Am Not in a cult led by Poppy.
Yes.
There you go. Maybe some reverse psychology there.
He's an original.
That's awesome. There you go. Now, did you always want to lead a cult when you were growing up?
Yeah.
Yeah. What interested you about cults?
Well, I think they have sometimes a negative connotation, but mine is all about positivity and bringing people together in pursuit of the greater good.
That's awesome. What's like the biggest pain about leading a cult that maybe for us that have never done it wouldn't expect?
I really haven't encountered that yet.
Really? Right on. Now, is Marilyn Manson in the cult?
I don't know. You have to ask him.
Well, he's a fan of yours,
That's what I've heard.
right? Well, that's what you heard from him, I understand.
Yeah.
So how did you first come into contact with Marilyn Manson?
Well, his music or him?
Let's start with the music.
Well, they used to let me listen to him.
Oh, really? Would you say that they sort of dictate what you're allowed to listen to?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, if I start listening to one thing, they might suggest something different.
What's an instance maybe in the past where you've listened to something and then they said, "Hey, don't listen to that, Poppy"?
They told me not to listen to Justin Bieber.
Really? He's not part of the cult.
Yeah.
He's starting his own.
That's what I've heard. Mine's better, though.
Yeah, yeah. His has deodorant though.
I don't need that, though.
Okay.
I don't sweat.
So what do they encourage you to listen to?
Usually Marilyn Manson, Gary Newman.
Okay.
Maybe they encouraged me to listen to Air.
Yeah. That's one of your favorite songs, right? Sexy Boy.
Yeah.
You listen to that before you go to bed? Every night?
Well, not before I go to bed.
Okay.
Before I go play a show.
Oh, really? All right. And then you listen to Korn before you take the stage, right?
Sometimes.
So that juxtaposition's pretty interesting, and I think we can find that in your music, right? That's cool. Now, how much control over your life do they have? Have you seen maybe as you've gotten more successful, they've given you more liberty?
Maybe a little bit here and there.
Okay, cool. I heard you say something interesting in an interview, I think over in England, about how you think we should question more things and we should take more risks. So what's like a commonly held belief you feel like we should question more?
I think that you should question the news and celebrities' opinions.
Right. Should we question your opinion?
Sure.
All right, right on. What's the biggest risk you've ever taken?
I take a risk every time I get on an airplane.
That's true. Right on. Build obviously is this multimedia talk show that we're on right now, but they actually have a pretty substantial detective department. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but I've been really curious who they are. Now this is not the same they as DJ Khaled's they, right?
I don't know about his.
Okay. Well, they don't want him to win. They don't want him to get Grammys. They don't want him to get endorsements.
Oh, they are keeping him down.
Right.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's just Tyler the Creator, but.
My they is building me up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we have like 5 suspects here that
Okay.
we narrowed down. And just, if we nail it, just give us the satisfaction of telling us, we got it. But if not, maybe just give us a thought or two on these suspects. So these are about, I think, 4 to 5. I was talking to the detectives before the show. I think 4 to 5 of who they could be. So this might be a big bombshell on Bill today now.
We'll see.
Suspect number 1.
No way.
No. Do you like this guy?
I don't really eat his food.
No.
That's suspicious.
Ooh, the ring. You don't like the pinky ring.
Nah.
Has Poppy ever been to Flavortown?
What's that?
That's where he's from. He's the mayor of Flavortown. It's like his cult.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, suspect number 2. We struck out on the first one. See, I was thinking they, maybe multiple people. Are we on to something here?
Maybe a little bit warmer.
Okay.
I think they've met they before.
Ooh, okay. You like these guys?
I think they're okay.
Something tells me they wouldn't want you to listen to them, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get to suspect number 3. See, I was thinking powerful. They is very powerful. They have a lot of influence. So does he.
Yeah.
Okay.
We used to have billboards next to each other before.
Oh, really? Maybe that's what the detectives were onto, but also not they.
No.
All right. I think we have one final suspect. Oh, really? All right. Should we just leave it at that?
Yeah.
All right. My odds are on Joey. All right, so I think that's all we have. But again, guys, round of applause to the detective department here at Build.
Thank you.
Very hardworking individuals. You know, it's not easy to dig up that information. Well, I think it's really exciting that you are sort of, again, this like face of new metal in 2019. And you were chatting in the back, you're saying if we like the metal music, we like the heavier stuff, the Choke EP and then even stuff you're working with in the future is going to be so cool, and we're going to dig it even more. I wanted to get like your 1 to 10 score. Let's call it the Poppy score on some classic new metal bands videos. Are you willing to do this? Is this pretty cool?
Yes.
We'll take a little peek inside, maybe new metal past, and then get your feelings about them.
Okay.
All right, cool. Let's actually know what the first video is. Let's check out the first video. Freak on a Leash.
9.
9. Wow. All right. So you're a big fan of these guys. Now they're good friends with your friends in Fever 333.
Yeah. They're
Would you-
touring together.
Yeah, they are. And would you ever work with Korn?
I would love to.
Wouldn't that be cool? And they're working on a new record.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Now, what do you like about Freak on a Leash specifically?
It's an anthem.
It's an anthem. All right. And this is true, you listen to it before almost every show.
Yes.
All right, cool. So we have a 9. We have 2 more videos to go. You want to go to the next one?
Okay.
Let's check it out. All right, Papa Roach, Last Resort. 1 to 10 on the Poppy scale in terms of new metal.
7.5.
Ooh, okay, so just under Korn there. Did you ever get down to Papa Roach? You ever like Last Resort?
A little bit.
All right. What when you listen to that, what does it make you feel, Poppy?
Excited.
Okay, right on. We have one more new metal video that I'm really interested to see what you think of. Let's roll that. All right, this is Nookie Limp Bizkit, of course. 1 to 10 on the Poppy scale.
10.
10. 10 out of 10. That's amazing. You know why I'm actually really happy you said that? Is because your song Scary Mask that's out right now with Fever 333, it almost reminds me of an old Limp Bizkit song called Counterfeit. And in that song, you know, Fred Durst sings that you're wearing a mask, you wear a mask, you're freaking me out, you wear a mask like a counterfeit. In a way, that's what you're saying, right?
Yes.
That's cool. I wanted to ask you, are masks just inherently scary? Like, wouldn't you say that any mask is pretty scary in nature?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
Well, why wear a mask?
Sometimes you just have 2 faces.
Okay. And that's
And-
okay?
Only sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
All right.
Now,
Oh, now
Fred knows they.
Fred knows they. We're getting on to something here. I think they is DJ Lethal. It's a joke for about
No.
3 people. All right, well, very, very cool. So we're getting hotter on the trail here with they. The Jonas Brothers might know them. And Fred Durst definitely knows them. All right. I want to get back to Manson really quick. We're going to hand it over to the fans in a second. But so he actually, in all seriousness, he hit you up, right?
He followed me online.
And he's a big fan of your videos.
That's what I've heard.
Well, that's what you heard from him, Poppy. So do you think he wants to work with you? Do you think he's like, was it a romantic reach out, you think?
No way.
No, it was very professional.
Yeah.
Mr. Manson. Is that what you call him?
Just Manson.
Just Manson. All right, right on. All right, before we turn it over to the fans, let's talk really quick about this EP you have coming out on June 28th. You're also going to give us, in addition to Scary Mask, which is already out, we're getting Choke, I think the music video for Choke, right? The title track?
You are getting a visual for Choke. Are we going to listen to it or no?
What's that?
Are we going to listen to it?
I don't know if we have it right now.
Oh,
I don't think it's out yet.
okay.
June 19th, I was told. All right. And then, so how many tracks are we getting on this EP? Can you say?
5 in total.
Okay.
Voicemail and Scary Mask. They're already out. So
Okay.
3 new ones.
Right on. Is Fever 333 the only feature?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Right on. Let's get to these questions. We have one tweet. Let's go to Twitter first. This comes from @Vulpix Vulpus. Does Poppy practice any rituals that she can share with us? Is she okay?
I ask myself that question often. Well, usually before I perform, I will listen to some music, like you mentioned,
Right.
and I will also pray to the gods.
Are the gods different than they?
Yes.
Okay, but they let you do that.
Mhm.
All right, that's cool.
There are a lot of beings in my life.
Right on. Do you ever? I know Korn you listen to before shows. You ever listen to Limp Bizkit? Because since Fred knows they.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite Limp Bizkit song?
Probably. I like break stuff, but Leech is my favorite.
Okay, wow, you're a big fan.
Yeah.
All right, Poppy's the real deal. Let's get to the first in-studio audience question. It'll come from the front row right here. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Hula Hoops McGee.
I love it.
Hello.
Hi, Poppy. Thanks for saving me.
No problem.
I'm very excited for Choke and for your graphic novel, Genesis 1.
Thank you.
I'm so excited. And I'm wondering, though, you have another album coming out after that, a full-length album. Is it going to be with the Icky Babies?
It will be, and the Icky Babies will be with me on tour.
Yay!
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is it too early to talk when we would get that album from you?
Before the end of the year.
Okay. And then in terms of features, are you thinking maybe just Fever 333, or just were you open to collaborating with other people?
I have a couple collaborations in mind.
Really? People you've collaborated with in the past, or new collaborations?
New.
Poppy, that's very exciting. Let's get to the second one right here. What's your name, man?
My name's Max.
Hello.
Hi. I just have a question. Will you ever revisit the old style of music?
I don't think so. I like to leave the past in the past. I think my new music that I'm making now is more exciting.
What do you like better, the old stuff or the new stuff?
I like the old stuff better.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
Right on. Let's get to the next one. What's your name, man?
Hi, my name's Tom.
Hi, Tom.
I love you.
I love you.
So I just wanted to know if you had any information that you could give us on your new book, Genesis.
Yes.
And also, I'm assuming your new full-length album going to be in this new style?
You'll have to wait and see.
Okay.
Genesis comes out next month in July.
Do we have a date on that?
I believe it's the 21st of
Really?
July.
That's exciting. Now, where'd that idea come from for you? Because you're so busy. I mean, you're giving us music practically every week. How do you have time to do an entire novel?
You know, I like to work hard for my fans.
Yeah. They must have not turned you off for a while when you were working on all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Let's get to the fifth question or fourth question. I don't know how many we're on right now. Where are we? Right here? Yeah. What's up, man? What's your name?
Hi.
Do you have a mic? Sorry.
What show are you at?
Yeah, Irving Plaza.
Oh,
February.
thank you for coming.
Yes, my friend Eric and with Big
I
Time
like your
Poppy
shirts.
Seeds. My question is, well, a lot of the questions I wanted to ask you have been answered already, so I guess I'll throw in a curveball and say, are you going to do anything on television in the future to, you know?
I hope so.
I hope so
I
too.
can't reveal too much yet, but
okay.
I really do like the TV.
So do I. And I like you.
Thank you. I like you too. I
Good.
hope to see you at my next show.
You definitely will.
Would you rather do like reality television or maybe something scripted?
Well, I wrote a movie, and it's being made,
Oh, wow.
hmm
That's exciting.
and there is a script for it.
Okay.
So I guess you could say scripted.
Okay, right on. Would you like reality or scripted?
Whatever brings out the best in pop.
Anything. All right. A true
Thank
Poppy
you.
seed. They're telling me we're out of time, unfortunately, Poppy. But thank you so much. I think this was cool, right?
Yes, it
You're
was
going to come back to
wonderful.
build when you're in New York next time?
I hope so.
That'd be neat. You can bring they, Fred, whoever.
I hope so.
Guys, Choke EP is out everywhere June 28th. You can keep your eyes out for Choke the Visual on June 19th. And one more time for Poppy, everybody.
Thank you.